Hello everybody, ToastBomb here today with the first official part for the Dark Souls 2 Beginner's Guide. Now, today we are going to be taking a look at some of the classes in the game. Now, when you first start up the game, you will not be presented with this screen like you are in some other RPGs. You're going to have a little introduction video, then you're going to run around a world for a little bit, and then you'll talk to this old lady, and then she'll present you with this screen. So it'll start out like this with class and gift at the top selected, and you press A on that, and then A again to go into the classes. Now you can see quite a few classes here, and this can be scary for your first time ever playing the game because you don't know what to pick. You've never played the game before. How would you know? And now you have to make this decision. What the heck? Well, one thing that might be comforting to you is that the classes don't really matter in this game. I could pick a sorcerer, and I could use a sword and a shield if I wanted, the same thing that the warrior has. The only thing that's different with the sorcerer is that he has a couple stats put into certain places, and he has certain types of armor that sort of cater towards that playstyle, but it's really not concrete like it is in those other RPGs. So, if you know, oh, okay, I want to be this mage, sorcerer type guy, then this would be a good path to go down. But because you've never played the game before, I would recommend just picking warrior. He's the standard guy, it's what most people pick, and he also has a shield starting off, which is really important early on when you haven't really figured out how to attack, how you should dodge, how all that stuff kind of fits together, and how the combat system really works. So with a shield, it kind of allows you to just feel things out, block the guy's damage for a while, and figure out when you should go in and attack. You could go with the swordsman, but he doesn't have a shield. But again, you could get a shield, but I would just recommend going warrior and kind of sticking with this playstyle, at least for your first time throughout the game, unless you really want to try and experiment. This is just the easiest class, and it makes most sense, and it's the most intuitive, I think. So pick warrior and do that. Next thing is the gift. Now the gift just gives you some little gift. There's a couple different things here that you can pick. First, we have the life ring. Now, the life ring is going to give you a little bit more health on your health bar. Now, that can be really important. That's what I picked. Then we have the human effigy. Now, what that's going to do is allow you to do something with the system that's a little bit more complex that I'll explain later. But you actually find a lot of these throughout the game. Like, I have quite a few. So I wouldn't even recommend doing this. I don't think it's worth having one of these because you find them pretty often. Then we have this healing wares, which just gives you a bunch of healing items. I wouldn't really recommend this one. Although it is nice to have some of those healing items, those are all consumable healing items that will not come back to you. So eventually you're just going to use them, and later on, pretty quickly in the game, you do get regenerating consumable healing items, so I wouldn't really recommend doing this one. And then we have the Homeward Bone. This one allows you to return to your checkpoint, essentially. We haven't got to that point of the game yet, but this is essentially allows you to return to your checkpoint. You also actually get a lot of these early on in the game, so again, I wouldn't really recommend doing this one. Then we have Seed of a Tree of Giants. Now, this one, I actually don't know what this does. I'm sure it does something eventually, maybe something cool, I'm not sure, so I cannot recommend it. Then we have Bonfire Ascetic, which is an item that you can use at one of these checkpoints, which makes the enemies harder. So I wouldn't recommend this one. This is only for those people who are maybe on a second playthrough or something like that and really want some sort of challenge. And then we have this last one, which is petrified something. Don't know what it does. I'm not sure if anyone knows what it does. I haven't looked it up yet, so I can't recommend this one because Dark Souls and Demon Souls have had a history, let's say, in the past with putting some sort of item that makes it sound like it might be really awesome, because it sounds like it's so lame, but then really ends up not doing anything. So this really actually might just be a trick from the developers into you not getting one of these gifts off the beginning and getting just some lame item that's not going to do anything at all. So really, I think I would recommend for beginners to pick the life ring, because it gives you a little bit more extra health, you can survive for a little bit longer, and that's very important, especially when you're a beginner. Then lastly, you can go into some of these different things. We have, you can change your gender, whatever like that, but you don't really need that. If you want to go into it, you can. It's not that complicated. There's just some sliders and some different selections you can mess around with. But anyways, that is the classes and the gifts system for the character creator. That'll be it for this one. If you liked it, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can subscribe. I normally post Halo videos, but I might post a little bit more Dark Souls too in the future. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. See you later. Bye.